Welcome to Wisdom Audiobooks. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to command respect effortlessly within moments of meeting them, while others struggle to make even a slight impression? What if I told you that the first 3 seconds of any interaction hold the key to earning someone's respect and admiration? This isn't magic, it's science, psychology, and strategy combined into one powerful rule, the 3-second rule. In today's fast-paced world, where attention spans are shrinking and first impressions matter more than ever, mastering this simple yet transformative principle can redefine how others perceive you, and ultimately, how they treat you. Introduction. The audiobook The 3-Second Rule to Make Anyone Respect You, Social Psychology Tricks, is written and published by Wisdom Audiobooks. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever walked into a room full of strangers and felt invisible? Or sat across from an interviewer feeling like you weren't being heard? Maybe you've struggled to connect with colleagues or clients, or perhaps you're tired of feeling overlooked in social situations. These moments aren't just frustrating, they can chip away at your confidence and self-worth over time. For introverts, this challenge might feel even harder. Imagine trying to break the ice at a networking event when every fiber of your being wants to retreat into the background. For professionals, the stakes are high. Whether it's acing a job interview, leading a team meeting, or closing a business deal, the ability to command respect quickly is non-negotiable. Even parents and teachers face similar struggles as they navigate relationships with children, students, or other adults. I get it. It's not easy to put yourself out there, especially when you care deeply about making a good impression. But here's the truth, you don't need to be born charismatic or naturally outgoing to win people's respect. All you need is a clear understanding of human psychology and practical tools that anyone can use, even if you're shy, nervous, or unsure of yourself. That's exactly what this audiobook is designed to do, give you actionable strategies to master those critical first 3 seconds so you can step into any situation with confidence and authenticity. Inside these chapters, we'll explore groundbreaking insights from social psychology, real-life examples, and proven techniques to help you transform the way others see you. You'll learn how to harness the power of eye contact, body language, tone of voice, and micro-expressions to create instant rapport. More importantly, you'll discover how to sustain that respect long after those initial 3 seconds have passed. This audiobook isn't just about theory, it's a roadmap for change. By the end of it, you'll walk away with concrete steps you can implement immediately, no matter who you're interacting with or what context you find yourself in. Whether you're preparing for a big presentation, attending a social gathering, or simply looking to improve your daily interactions, this guide will equip you with everything you need to succeed. So, take a deep breath. Lean in. And trust me, this journey is going to change your life. Your wisdom journey starts here. Chapter 1. Understanding the 3-Second Rule. Before we dive into the practical techniques, let's first unpack what the 3-second rule is and why it matters so much. In this chapter, you'll discover the science behind first impressions, why they're formed so quickly, and how mastering these initial moments can transform your relationships, career, and personal life. By the end of this section, you'll have a clear understanding of why the first 3 seconds are your golden opportunity, and how to seize it effectively. 1. What is the 3-second rule? The 3-second rule isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a psychological phenomenon rooted in human behavior. Research shows that within the first 3 seconds of meeting someone, people form an impression of you based on subtle cues like eye contact, facial expressions, posture, and tone of voice. These impressions are often subconscious but incredibly powerful, shaping how others perceive and treat you moving forward. Why 3 seconds? Because that's roughly the amount of time our brains need to process nonverbal signals and decide whether someone is trustworthy, competent, or likable. As Malcolm Gladwell famously wrote in his book Blink, The Power of Thinking Without Thinking, we make snap judgments about people all the time, and those judgments tend to stick. Think about it. When was the last time you met someone who made a poor first impression? Did their subsequent actions change your opinion entirely? Likely not. That's because once an impression is formed, it becomes remarkably difficult to undo. This is why nailing those first 3 seconds is crucial, not only for earning respect but also for setting the tone for every interaction that follows. 2. Why first impressions matter. Let me share a story with you, one that illustrates just how impactful first impressions can be. In the early 1990s, a young software engineer named Satya Nadella walked into his first major job interview at Microsoft. Nervous and unsure of himself, he entered the room without making eye contact, slouched slightly in his chair, and mumbled through his responses. Despite his technical brilliance, the interviewer later admitted, he didn't seem confident enough to lead a team. Fast forward 2 decades, and Satya went on to become the CEO of Microsoft, not because he stayed stuck in that insecure version of himself, but because he recognized the importance of projecting confidence and respect from the very beginning of any interaction. This story highlights something critical. First impressions aren't just superficial. They have real-world consequences. They influence hiring decisions, promotions, friendships, romantic relationships, and even how strangers treat us in passing. According to Dr. Albert Mehrabian, a pioneer in communication studies, 55% of what people remember about you comes from visual cues, body language, 38% from vocal elements, tone of voice, and only 7% from actual words. In other words, what you do and how you say things matter far more than what you actually say during those critical moments. If you want to earn respect quickly, you must master these nonverbal aspects of communication. 3. How it impacts your life. Now, let's talk about how the 3-second rule plays out in different areas of your life. In professional settings, imagine walking into a job interview. Within 3 seconds, the interviewer has already decided whether they see you as a potential asset to their company, or someone who doesn't quite fit. A firm handshake, steady eye contact, and a warm smile can instantly signal professionalism and competence. In social interactions, at parties or networking events, people subconsciously scan the room for individuals who exude confidence and approachability. If you're hunched over your phone or avoiding eye contact, you might miss valuable opportunities to connect. On the flip side, standing tall and smiling warmly invites others to engage with you. In personal relationships, even in close relationships, the way you greet someone sets the tone for your entire interaction. For example, greeting your partner with enthusiasm after a long day sends a clear message. I value you. Over time, these small gestures add up, strengthening your bond. As Maya Angelou once said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. The emotions you evoke in others during those first few seconds linger long after the moment has passed. 4. The power of nonverbal communication. So, what exactly should you focus on during those pivotal 3 seconds? Let's break down the key components of nonverbal communication. Eye contact. Maintaining appropriate eye contact is one of the most effective ways to establish trust and connection. Studies show that direct eye contact increases oxytocin levels, the hormone associated with bonding and empathy. However, there's a fine line between engaging eye contact and staring intensely. Aim for a natural rhythm where you hold eye contact for a few seconds, then glance away briefly before returning. Facial expressions. Your face is a canvas that conveys emotion. A genuine smile activates the orbicularis oculi muscles around your eyes, creating what's known as a Duchenne smile, a universally recognized sign of happiness. Practice softening your features and smiling sincerely, even if you're feeling nervous inside. Posture. Standing or sitting upright with your shoulders back and head held high communicates confidence and authority. Slouching, on the other hand, signals insecurity or disinterest. Think of your posture as the foundation of your presence. It shapes how others interpret your energy and intentions. Tone of voice. Even in those first few seconds, the quality of your voice matters. Speak clearly and warmly, avoiding monotony or hesitation. A strong yet friendly tone reassures others that you're both capable and approachable. To summarize, the 3-second rule is essentially about aligning your body language, facial expressions, and vocal delivery to project confidence, authenticity, and respect. When done correctly, it creates an immediate sense of trust and admiration, qualities that everyone craves in their interactions. 5. Real-life example. The power of a 3-second transformation. Let me share another inspiring story, one that perfectly demonstrates how mastering the 3-second rule can change lives. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to mentor Sarah, a young woman who worked in sales but struggled with self-confidence. She often described herself as the quiet one. In meetings, someone who faded into the background while louder colleagues took center stage. Her performance reviews reflected this. Despite her excellent work, her manager noted that she lacked executive presence. One day, we decided to focus on transforming her approach during the first 3 seconds of any interaction. Here's what we did. We practiced making strong eye contact, not just glancing at people but truly seeing them. She learned to stand tall and square her shoulders, even when she felt nervous. Finally, we worked on her greeting, replacing hesitant phrases like, hi, with confident ones like, good morning. It's great to see you. The results were astonishing. Within weeks, Sarah noticed a shift in how her colleagues treated her. They began seeking her input more often, trusting her judgment, and even inviting her to lead projects. When I asked her what changed, she said, "It wasn't about being someone I'm not. It was about showing up fully in those first few seconds. People started seeing me differently because I started seeing myself differently." This is the power of the 3-second rule. It doesn't require you to be perfect or overly polished. It simply asks you to show up authentically and intentionally. 6. Applying the science of first impressions. Now that we've explored why the 3-second rule matters and seen its impact in action, let's dive deeper into the science behind it. Understanding the psychology will help you internalize these principles and apply them confidently. The role of mirror neurons. Have you ever walked into a room where everyone seemed tense or upset, and suddenly found yourself feeling uneasy too? That's thanks to mirror neurons, specialized brain cells that allow us to mirror the emotions and behaviors of others. When you project calmness, confidence, and warmth during those first 3 seconds, you activate mirror neurons in the other person's brain. In essence, you're giving them permission to feel relaxed and open around you. This creates an instant connection, a foundation for mutual respect. The halo effect. Another psychological principle at play here is the halo effect. Coined by psychologist Edward Thorndike, this term describes how one positive trait, like confidence, influences our perception of other traits, like intelligence or kindness. For example, if you walk into a meeting exuding confidence, people are more likely to assume you're also competent and trustworthy, even before you say a word. Understanding this bias can work wonders for you. By focusing on projecting positivity and assurance during those initial moments, you create a ripple effect that enhances every aspect of your interaction. 7. Practical tips for mastering the 3-second rule. Enough theory, let's get practical. Here are some actionable tips to help you master the 3-second rule in everyday situations. Tip number 1, prepare your mindset. Before entering any situation, whether it's a job interview, social event, or casual conversation, take a moment to center yourself. Close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and visualize success. Picture yourself walking in confidently, making eye contact, and smiling warmly. This mental rehearsal primes your brain to act accordingly. As Tony Robbins famously said, "Where focus goes, energy flows." Direct your focus toward confidence and respect, and your energy will naturally follow suit. Tip number 2, practice micro-expressions. Micro-expressions are fleeting facial expressions that reveal genuine emotions. To ensure yours convey warmth and sincerity, practice in front of a mirror or record yourself on video. Pay attention to how your face looks when you smile, nod, or raise your eyebrows slightly. These tiny adjustments can make a world of difference. Tip number 3, use the SSS formula. Here's a simple mnemonic device I teach my clients. Stand straight, smile sincerely, speak softly yet clearly. Combining these 3 elements ensures you project both strength and approachability, a winning combination in any interaction. Tip number 4, observe others. Pay attention to people who naturally command respect. Notice how they carry themselves, initiate conversations, and respond to others. Model their behavior while staying true to your personality. Learning from observation is one of the fastest ways to improve. 8. Common mistakes to avoid. While mastering the 3-second rule is straightforward, there are pitfalls to watch out for. Overthinking. Don't obsess over every detail. Authenticity trumps perfection every time. Forcing confidence. Confidence should feel natural, not forced. If you try too hard, it may come across as insincere. Neglecting context. Adapt your approach based on cultural norms and individual preferences. For instance, prolonged eye contact might feel aggressive in some cultures, while a firm handshake could seem inappropriate in others. Remember, the goal isn't to manipulate or impress, it's to connect genuinely and respectfully. Closing thoughts for Chapter 1. By now, you understand the importance of the 3-second rule and how it shapes every interaction you have. You've learned the science behind first impressions, explored real-life examples, and picked up practical strategies to implement immediately. But remember, knowledge alone isn't enough, it's action that transforms. In the next chapter, we'll delve into specific techniques for mastering confidence within those critical 3 seconds. Get ready to unlock your full potential and step into every situation with poise and purpose. Chapter 2: Mastering the Art of Confidence in 3 Seconds. In this chapter, we'll dive deep into the art of projecting confidence within those critical first 3 seconds. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's a skill that can be cultivated and refined. By mastering specific techniques related to eye contact, body language, tone of voice, and more, you'll learn how to command respect effortlessly. These strategies are simple yet powerful, designed to help you step into any situation with poise and authenticity. 1. Eye contact, the gateway to connection. Let's start with one of the most fundamental aspects of nonverbal communication, eye contact. It's often said that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and for good reason. When you make eye contact, you signal attentiveness, sincerity, and trustworthiness. But here's the catch: not all eye contact is created equal. Too little, and you risk appearing disinterested or evasive. Too much, and you might come across as intimidating or overly intense. The key lies in striking the right balance. The science behind eye contact. Research shows that maintaining eye contact for approximately 60 to 70% of a conversation creates an optimal level of engagement without overwhelming the other person. During those first 3 seconds, aim to hold eye contact for about 2 seconds before briefly looking away and returning your gaze. This rhythm feels natural and reassuring. How to practice effective eye contact. Here's a simple exercise to improve your eye contact skills. 1. Stand in front of a mirror and practice holding your own gaze. Notice how your expression changes when you soften your eyes versus when you stare intensely. 2. Next, try this with a friend or family member. Ask them to share their thoughts on how comfortable and connected they feel during the interaction. 3. Gradually apply this technique in real-world scenarios, such as greeting colleagues or meeting new people. As Oprah Winfrey once said, "Make eye contact. Eye contact is soul contact." When done correctly, eye contact has the power to forge instant connections and set the stage for meaningful interactions. 2. Smile with sincerity, lighting up the room. A genuine smile is one of the most universally recognized signs of warmth and approachability. But what separates a sincere smile from a forced one? It's all in the details. The anatomy of a genuine smile. When you smile sincerely, 2 things happen. 1. The corners of your mouth turn upward naturally. 2. Your eyes crinkle slightly at the corners, a phenomenon known as the Duchenne smile, named after French neurologist Guillaume Duchenne. This type of smile activates the release of endorphins in both you and the person you're smiling at, creating a positive feedback loop. In contrast, a fake smile, where only your lips move, can actually undermine trust and rapport. Why smiling matters in the first 3 seconds. Think about it. When you meet someone who greets you with a warm, genuine smile, don't you immediately feel more at ease? That's because smiling triggers the brain's reward system, making others associate you with positivity and goodwill. To practice a sincere smile, think of something that genuinely makes you happy, a cherished memory, a loved one, or even a funny joke. Let that emotion shine through your expression. Over time, this will become second nature. Nelson Mandela captured the essence of this beautifully when he said, "A smile is the shortest distance between two people." Use your smile strategically to bridge gaps and build trust in those crucial moments. 3. Posture and body language, standing tall, standing strong. Your posture speaks volumes before you even utter a word. Slouching, crossing your arms, or fidgeting signals insecurity and discomfort. On the other hand, standing tall with your shoulders back and chest open conveys confidence and authority. The physiology of power poses. Social psychologist Amy Cuddy introduced the concept of power poses in her groundbreaking TED Talk. She demonstrated that adopting expansive postures, such as standing with your feet shoulder-width apart and hands on your hips, can actually increase testosterone levels, associated with dominance, while decreasing cortisol levels, associated with stress. Even if you're sitting down, you can still project confidence by sitting upright, leaning slightly forward, and keeping your hands visible, not crossed or hidden. These small adjustments send a clear message: I am present, engaged, and ready to contribute. Quick tips for perfecting your posture. 1. Imagine a string pulling you upward from the crown of your head. This visualization helps align your spine and prevents slouching. 2. Keep your weight evenly distributed between both feet when standing. Avoid shifting your weight excessively, as this can signal nervousness. 3. Relax your shoulders and let your arms hang naturally by your sides. Tension in your upper body can detract from your overall presence. Remember, your posture isn't just about how others perceive you, it also influences how you feel internally. As Ralph Waldo Emerson wisely noted, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Carry yourself with dignity, and you'll exude confidence effortlessly. 4. Voice tone and greeting, setting the right tone. Finally, let's talk about the importance of your voice tone and greeting during those first 3 seconds. While nonverbal cues dominate initial impressions, your vocal delivery plays a supporting role in reinforcing your message. The impact of vocal delivery. Studies show that listeners form opinions about speakers within milliseconds based on their tone of voice. A monotone or hesitant delivery can undermine your credibility, while a warm, confident tone invites engagement. Key elements to focus on include: pitch. Aim for a moderate pitch, not too high, which may sound shrill, and not too low, which could come across as aggressive. Pace. Speak slowly and deliberately to convey calmness and control. Rushing your words signals anxiety. Volume. Ensure your voice is loud enough to be heard clearly but not so loud that it overwhelms the listener. Crafting a memorable greeting. Your greeting sets the tone for the entire interaction. Instead of defaulting to generic phrases like hi or hello, personalize your approach. For example, "Good morning! How's your day going? It's great to meet you. I've heard so much about you. Hey there! Thanks for taking the time to chat today." These thoughtful openings demonstrate attentiveness and create a positive impression. As Winston Churchill famously remarked, "Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen." By combining confident body language with a strong yet friendly tone, you'll master the art of commanding respect in just 3 seconds. 5. Real-life story, the power of confidence in action. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates how combining eye contact, posture, tone of voice, and a warm greeting can transform an interaction, and even change someone's trajectory. A few years ago, I worked with Michael, a young entrepreneur who struggled to secure funding for his startup. Despite having a brilliant idea, he consistently received lukewarm responses from investors during pitches. After observing him closely, I realized the issue wasn't his business plan, it was his delivery. Michael would enter meetings slouched, avoid eye contact, and mumble through his introductions. Investors, consciously or unconsciously, perceived him as insecure and unprepared. Together, we focused on refining his approach. He practiced standing tall and maintaining steady eye contact while shaking hands firmly. We worked on crafting a confident yet friendly greeting. "Good morning! Thank you for taking the time to hear about my vision today. Finally, he rehearsed speaking clearly and deliberately, ensuring his passion for the project shone through every word. The transformation was remarkable. During his next pitch, one investor remarked, "I could tell within seconds that this guy believes in what he's doing, and that made me believe too." Michael went on to secure the funding he needed and successfully launched his company. This story underscores a crucial truth: confidence isn't just about believing in yourself, it's about showing others that belief in a way they can see and feel. 6. Combining all elements for maximum impact. Now that we've explored each component individually, let's discuss how to integrate them seamlessly into those first 3 seconds. Think of these elements: eye contact, smiling, posture, tone of voice, and greeting, as pieces of a puzzle. When assembled correctly, they create a cohesive picture of confidence and respectability. Step-by-step guide to mastering the first 3 seconds. 1. Prepare mentally. Before entering any situation, take a moment to center yourself. Visualize success and remind yourself of your strengths. 2. Approach with purpose. Walk confidently toward the person, keeping your movements deliberate but relaxed. Avoid rushing or hesitating. 3. Make eye contact. As soon as you're close enough, lock eyes briefly before extending your hand, if appropriate. This establishes an immediate connection. 4. Smile sincerely. Let your smile radiate warmth and authenticity. It should feel natural, not forced. 5. Adopt strong posture. Stand tall with your shoulders back and chest slightly forward. Keep your arms relaxed by your sides unless you're offering a handshake. 6. Speak clearly and warmly. Use a confident tone to deliver your greeting. For example, "Hi there! It's great to meet you. Good afternoon. Thanks for making time for me today." 7. Follow through. Once you've nailed the initial impression, continue engaging actively. Lean slightly forward to show interest, nod occasionally to acknowledge their words, and maintain consistent eye contact throughout the conversation. By practicing this sequence repeatedly, it will become second nature. Over time, you'll find yourself exuding confidence effortlessly. 7. Case study: how leaders use the 3-second rule. Leaders across industries understand the importance of commanding respect quickly. Take Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Group, as an example. Known for his charismatic presence, Branson often credits his ability to connect instantly with people as a key factor in his success. During interviews, he emphasizes the value of making others feel valued. Whether meeting employees, partners, or customers, Branson always ensures he greets them warmly, maintains eye contact, and listens attentively. His body language screams confidence without being overbearing, a perfect blend of authority and approachability. As Branson himself once said, "Take care of your employees, and they'll take care of your business." By mastering the 3-second rule, leaders like Branson foster loyalty and trust right from the start. 8. Common challenges and how to overcome them. While mastering the 3-second rule is achievable, some challenges may arise along the way. Here's how to address them. Challenge number 1. Feeling nervous or self-conscious. It's normal to feel anxious when stepping into high-stakes situations. To combat nerves, practice deep breathing exercises beforehand to calm your mind. Focus on the other person rather than yourself. Shift your attention outward to reduce self-consciousness. Challenge number 2. Adapting to different cultures. Cultural norms around eye contact, greetings, and body language vary widely. For instance, in Western cultures, direct eye contact is often seen as a sign of confidence. In many Asian cultures, prolonged eye contact may be considered disrespectful. Research cultural expectations ahead of time and adapt accordingly. When in doubt, err on the side of caution and observe how others behave. Challenge number 3. Maintaining consistency. Building confidence takes practice. Don't get discouraged if you slip up occasionally. Instead, view each interaction as an opportunity to refine your skills. 9. Final tips for long-term success. To truly master the art of confidence in 3 seconds, consider these additional tips. 1. Record yourself. Film yourself practicing eye contact, posture, and greetings. Watching playback helps identify areas for improvement. 2. Seek feedback. Ask trusted friends or mentors for constructive criticism. They can provide valuable insights you might overlook. 3. Celebrate small wins. Every successful interaction is a step forward. Acknowledge your progress and reward yourself for growth. Remember, confidence isn't about perfection, it's about progress. As Maya Angelou wisely noted, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Closing thoughts for Chapter 2. In this chapter, you've learned how to harness the power of eye contact, smiling, posture, tone of voice, and greetings to project confidence within 3 seconds. You've explored real-life examples, practical strategies, and common challenges, equipping you with everything you need to succeed. But here's the most important takeaway: confidence isn't something you fake, it's something you cultivate. By committing to these techniques and practicing consistently, you'll step into every situation knowing you have the tools to command respect and admiration. Chapter 3. Applying the 3-second rule in real-life scenarios. In this chapter, we'll take everything you've learned so far and apply it to real-world situations. Whether you're preparing for a job interview, attending a networking event, or navigating personal relationships, the 3-second rule can be your secret weapon. By tailoring these techniques to specific contexts, you'll learn how to adapt confidently and effectively in any scenario. 1. In professional settings, making a lasting impression. Professional environments are where the 3-second rule truly shines. From job interviews to client meetings, your ability to project confidence and competence can make or break opportunities. Let's explore how to apply this rule in 3 key professional scenarios. Scenario 1. Acing the job interview. The first few seconds of a job interview set the tone for the entire conversation. Here's how to nail it. 1. Before you enter, take a deep breath and remind yourself of your strengths. Visualize walking into the room with purpose and poise. 2. Greeting the interviewer. As soon as you meet the interviewer, make steady eye contact, smile warmly, and offer a firm handshake. Say something like, "Good morning/afternoon. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today." 3. Posture and presence. Sit upright with your shoulders relaxed but strong. Lean slightly forward to show engagement without invading their space. A confident entrance not only eases nerves but also signals professionalism. Remember, interviewers are looking for someone who can represent the company well, and your demeanor during those initial moments speaks volumes. Scenario 2. Leading a team meeting. If you're leading a meeting, your team will subconsciously assess your leadership qualities within seconds. Here's how to establish authority and trust right away. 1. Enter confidently. Walk into the room with your head held high and maintain open body language. Avoid slouching or fidgeting. 2. Acknowledge everyone. Make brief eye contact with each person as you greet them. This creates an inclusive atmosphere and sets the stage for collaboration. 3. Start strong. Begin the meeting with a clear, confident statement such as, "Thank you all for being here. I'm excited to dive into today's agenda." By projecting calmness and control, you'll inspire confidence in your team and ensure they're ready to follow your lead. Scenario 3. Closing a business deal. When negotiating or closing deals, the first impression often determines whether the other party sees you as trustworthy and credible. To succeed. 1. Dress appropriately. Your appearance should align with the context of the meeting. Professional attire conveys respect for the occasion. 2. Project confidence. Maintain steady eye contact, use a warm yet assertive tone, and avoid nervous habits like tapping your pen. 3. Build rapport quickly. Start with a genuine compliment or observation about the other party. For example, "I appreciate your insights on topic. It's clear you're deeply knowledgeable." These small gestures demonstrate that you're both competent and collaborative, a winning combination in negotiations. 2. In social interactions, building connections effortlessly. Social settings can feel intimidating, especially if you're naturally introverted. However, mastering the 3-second rule can help you connect with others effortlessly, even in crowded rooms or unfamiliar environments. Scenario 1. Networking events. Networking events are prime opportunities to showcase your confidence and charm. Follow these steps. 1. Approach with purpose. Identify someone standing alone or in a smaller group. Walk toward them with a friendly expression and open posture. 2. Introduce yourself confidently. Offer a firm handshake and say, "Hi, I'm your name. It's great to meet you." If appropriate, add a relevant detail. "I noticed you mentioned topic earlier. I'd love to hear more about that." 3. Engage actively. Maintain eye contact. Nod occasionally, and ask thoughtful questions. Show genuine interest in what they're saying. By focusing on the other person rather than worrying about yourself, you'll create meaningful connections without feeling self-conscious. Scenario 2. Breaking the ice at parties. At parties, initiating conversations can feel daunting, but the 3-second rule makes it easier. Try this approach. 1. Observe first. Look for people who seem approachable or engaged in activities you find interesting. 2. Smile and approach. Smile warmly as you walk up, then make eye contact and say, "Hey there! I couldn't help but notice." Observation. 3. Keep it light. Use humor or curiosity to keep the conversation flowing. For example, "What brings you here tonight?" Or, "Have you tried the appetizers? They look amazing." This light-hearted approach takes pressure off both parties and opens the door for deeper interaction. 3. In personal relationships, strengthening bonds through presence. While professional and social interactions benefit greatly from the 3-second rule, its impact on personal relationships is equally profound. Small actions during those critical moments can strengthen bonds and foster mutual respect. Scenario 1. Greeting loved ones after work. How you greet your partner, children, or roommates after a long day shapes the rest of your evening together. Instead of rushing past them distractedly, pause for 3 seconds. 1. Make eye contact. Look directly at them with warmth and sincerity. 2. Smile genuinely. A heartfelt smile communicates appreciation and affection. 3. Offer a positive comment. Say something like, "It's so good to see you," or, "You look happy today." These tiny acts of presence remind loved ones that they matter to you, a cornerstone of healthy relationships. Scenario 2. Resolving conflicts gracefully. During disagreements, the way you initiate communication can determine the outcome. Use the 3-second rule to de-escalate tension. 1. Approach calmly. Stand tall and relax your shoulders to project openness. 2. Maintain soft eye contact. Avoid glaring or avoiding their gaze entirely. Instead, look at them gently. 3. Speak kindly. Start with a non-confrontational tone. "I really want to understand where you're coming from." By prioritizing respect and understanding, you lay the groundwork for productive conversations. 4. Overcoming introversion, turning shyness into strength. For introverts, social and professional interactions can feel overwhelming. However, the 3-second rule provides a structured approach to help them navigate these moments with grace and confidence. Let's explore how to apply this rule specifically for those who identify as introverted or shy. Understanding the introvert's advantage. Introverts often bring unique strengths to interactions, such as deep listening skills and thoughtful communication. The challenge lies in overcoming the initial hesitation to engage. Here's how to leverage the 3-second rule. 1. Prepare ahead of time. If you know you'll be entering a situation that requires interaction, like a networking event or team meeting, mentally rehearse your approach. Visualize yourself walking in confidently, making eye contact, and smiling warmly. 2. Focus on one person at a time. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by a crowd, concentrate on connecting with one individual during those first 3 seconds. This reduces anxiety and allows you to build momentum. 3. Use nonverbal cues strategically. Even if you're nervous, maintaining strong posture and steady eye contact signals confidence to others. Remember, they won't know how you're feeling inside unless you show it. As Susan Cain, author of Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking, wisely said, "There's zero correlation between being the best talker and having the best ideas." By mastering nonverbal communication, introverts can shine just as brightly as extroverts. Real-life example: the quiet leader. Consider the story of Angela, an introverted software engineer who struggled to voice her opinions in team meetings. Despite her brilliant ideas, she often felt overshadowed by louder colleagues. Determined to change this dynamic, she focused on applying the 3-second rule. Before speaking, she would sit up straight, make brief eye contact with the speaker, and nod attentively. When it was her turn to contribute, she began her comments with a calm yet confident tone. "I'd like to add something here." She paired her words with open body language, leaning slightly forward to emphasize engagement. Over time, Angela's colleagues began noticing her contributions more frequently. Her quiet confidence commanded respect, proving that introverts don't need to be loud to be heard, they simply need to be present. 5. Handling high-stakes situations with grace. In high-pressure scenarios, such as delivering bad news, addressing conflicts, or stepping into leadership roles, the 3-second rule becomes even more critical. These moments demand not only confidence but also emotional intelligence and empathy. Scenario 1. Delivering difficult news. Whether you're informing an employee about layoffs or discussing a sensitive issue with a loved one, the way you initiate the conversation sets the tone. Follow these steps. 1. Maintain composure. Stand or sit tall, relax your shoulders, and take a deep breath before beginning. Your calm demeanor reassures the other person that you're handling the situation responsibly. 2. Establish connection. Make soft eye contact and speak gently. "I want to have an honest conversation with you about something important." 3. Be direct but kind. Use clear, concise language while acknowledging their emotions. For example, "This decision wasn't easy, but I believe it's the best path forward." By focusing on presence and compassion, you create space for constructive dialogue, even in challenging circumstances. Scenario 2. Addressing workplace conflicts. Conflict resolution requires tact and timing. Use the 3-second rule to diffuse tension and foster understanding. 1. Approach calmly. Walk toward the other party with relaxed body language and steady eye contact. Avoid crossing your arms or standing too close, which could escalate the situation. 2. Start positively. Begin with a neutral statement. "I value our working relationship and want to resolve this together." 3. Listen actively. Maintain eye contact, nod occasionally, and paraphrase their concerns to show you're truly listening. These techniques demonstrate maturity and emotional intelligence, paving the way for mutual respect and resolution. 6. Real-life inspiration. How Oprah mastered presence. Few people embody the power of the 3-second rule better than Oprah Winfrey. Known for her ability to connect deeply with guests and audiences alike, Oprah attributes much of her success to intentional presence. In interviews, she begins by making direct eye contact and offering a warm smile, immediately putting her guests at ease. She listens intently, using subtle nods and verbal affirmations to show she's fully engaged. Even when discussing difficult topics, her posture remains open and inviting, creating a safe space for vulnerability. Oprah once shared, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." Her journey from poverty to becoming one of the most influential figures in media proves that commanding respect isn't about external perfection, it's about showing up authentically and consistently. 7. Practical tips for long-term application. To ensure you continue mastering the 3-second rule across various scenarios, consider these final tips. 1. Practice daily. Look for opportunities to implement the rule in everyday interactions, whether it's greeting a cashier or introducing yourself to a neighbor. Repetition builds muscle memory. 2. Seek feedback. Ask trusted friends or mentors for input on your nonverbal communication. Are there areas where you could improve? 3. Stay adaptable. While the core principles remain constant, adapt your approach based on cultural norms, personality types, and situational contexts. Flexibility is key to success. Closing thoughts for Chapter 3. In this chapter, we've explored how to apply the 3-second rule in professional settings, social interactions, personal relationships, and high-stakes scenarios. You've learned practical strategies tailored to different contexts, along with inspiring stories of individuals who've transformed their lives through intentional presence. Remember, the beauty of the 3-second rule lies in its simplicity and universality. Whether you're aiming to ace an interview, win over a client, or strengthen a bond with a loved one, the principles remain the same: project confidence, authenticity, and respect within those critical moments. Chapter 4: Advanced Techniques for Long-Term Respect. In this final chapter, we'll go beyond the initial 3 seconds and explore strategies to sustain respect over time. While the 3-second rule is a powerful tool for creating strong first impressions, earning lasting admiration requires consistency, authenticity, and emotional intelligence. You'll learn how to build trust, listen actively, maintain consistency in behavior, and handle criticism gracefully, skills that will solidify your reputation as someone worthy of respect. 1. Building trust over time, the foundation of lasting respect. Trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, whether personal or professional. Without it, even the most impressive first impression can fade quickly. Let's break down how to nurture trust consistently after those initial 3 seconds. The importance of reliability. People trust those who follow through on their promises. Whether it's meeting deadlines at work, keeping commitments to friends, or honoring small promises like calling someone back, reliability builds credibility. As Warren Buffett famously said, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it." Consistency in action is key. Here are some actionable tips to enhance reliability. 1. Underpromise, overdeliver. Set realistic expectations and exceed them whenever possible. For example, if you promise to complete a task by Friday, aim to finish it by Thursday. 2. Be transparent. If something goes wrong, admit it openly and take responsibility. People appreciate honesty more than perfection. 3. Show up regularly. Presence matters. Attend meetings, reply to messages promptly, and engage with others consistently. Building emotional trust. Beyond actions, emotional trust involves making others feel seen, heard, and valued. Here's how to cultivate it. 1. Validate their feelings. When someone shares something personal, acknowledge their emotions instead of dismissing them. For example, "I understand why you'd feel frustrated. It makes sense given the situation." 2. Keep confidences. If someone trusts you with sensitive information, respect their privacy. Breaking confidentiality erodes trust instantly. 3. Celebrate their wins. Show genuine enthusiasm when others succeed. A heartfelt "Congratulations" goes a long way in strengthening bonds. By focusing on both reliability and emotional connection, you create a foundation of trust that withstands challenges and grows stronger over time. 2. Active listening, the art of making others feel heard. One of the most underrated skills for sustaining respect is active listening. Many people mistake hearing for listening, but true listening requires focus, empathy, and engagement. When you listen deeply, you signal to others that they matter, an essential ingredient for long-term respect. How to practice active listening. 1. Give your full attention. Put away distractions like phones or laptops. Face the speaker directly and maintain steady eye contact. 2. Use verbal cues. Nod occasionally and use phrases like, "I see, that makes sense," or "Tell me more," to encourage them to continue. 3. Avoid interrupting. Resist the urge to jump in with your own thoughts until they've finished speaking. Interruptions signal impatience and diminish their confidence in sharing openly. 4. Paraphrase their words. After they've spoken, summarize what they said in your own words. For example, "So you're saying that key point, is that correct?" This shows you're paying attention and clarifies misunderstandings. As Stephen R. Covey wrote in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, "Most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply." By shifting your mindset to truly understand others, you'll stand out as someone who genuinely cares, a hallmark of respected individuals. Real-life story, the power of listening. Consider the story of Michelle, a manager at a marketing firm. Her team was struggling with low morale due to heavy workloads and unclear goals. Instead of imposing solutions, Michelle decided to listen. She scheduled one-on-one meetings with each team member, asking open-ended questions like, "What challenges are you facing, and how can I support you better?" By actively listening without judgment, Michelle uncovered issues she hadn't anticipated, from inefficient processes to unspoken frustrations. She implemented changes based on their feedback, which boosted productivity and restored trust. Her team later described her leadership style as transformative, crediting her ability to make everyone feel heard. 3. Consistency in behavior, walking the walk. While charisma and charm may win people over initially, consistency is what keeps them loyal. People respect those whose actions align with their words over time. Inconsistent behavior, on the other hand, breeds confusion and distrust. Why consistency matters. Imagine working with someone who's friendly one day and distant the next, or a friend who cancels plans repeatedly without explanation. Such inconsistency leaves others questioning your reliability and intentions. To avoid this, strive for steadiness in your interactions. Practical strategies for consistency. 1. Set clear standards. Define your values and communicate them clearly. For instance, if punctuality is important to you, always arrive on time. 2. Be predictable in positive ways. Respond to emails within a reasonable time frame, treat everyone with kindness, and uphold your principles regardless of external pressures. 3. Reflect regularly. Take stock of your behaviors weekly. Are there areas where you've slipped? Address them proactively. Consistency doesn't mean being rigid, it means embodying your best self consistently enough that others know what to expect from you. 4. Handling criticism gracefully, turning challenges into opportunities. No matter how well respected you become, criticism is inevitable. How you respond to it determines whether it strengthens or weakens your relationships. Mastering the art of handling feedback gracefully is crucial for maintaining long-term respect. The psychology of criticism. Criticism often triggers defensiveness because it threatens our sense of self-worth. However, reframing it as an opportunity for growth shifts the dynamic entirely. As John Wooden, legendary basketball coach, once said, "Things turn out best for the people who make the best of the way things turn out." Steps to handle criticism effectively. 1. Pause before responding. Take a deep breath to calm your emotions before reacting. This prevents knee-jerk responses that could escalate tension. 2. Listen fully. Hear the person out without interrupting. Even if you disagree, understanding their perspective demonstrates maturity. 3. Acknowledge their input. Thank them for sharing their thoughts, regardless of whether you agree. For example, "I appreciate you bringing this to my attention." 4. Evaluate objectively. Reflect on the feedback privately. Is there truth to it? If so, identify actionable steps to improve. By embracing criticism constructively, you not only grow personally but also reinforce your image as someone who values growth and accountability. 5. Navigating complex relationships. Maintaining respect in challenging dynamics. Not all relationships are straightforward, and some require extra effort to maintain mutual respect. Whether it's dealing with difficult colleagues, managing conflicts with loved ones, or navigating power dynamics, these scenarios demand a nuanced approach. Let's explore how to apply advanced techniques in complex situations. Scenario 1. Managing difficult colleagues. Difficult coworkers can test your patience and professionalism. Here's how to handle them while maintaining respect. 1. Stay calm under pressure. When faced with negativity or hostility, avoid reacting emotionally. Instead, pause, breathe deeply, and respond thoughtfully. 2. Focus on solutions, not blame. Shift the conversation toward problem solving. For example, "I understand your concerns. How can we work together to address this?" 3. Set boundaries tactfully. If someone consistently disrespects you, address it directly but diplomatically. Say, "I value our collaboration, but I need us to communicate respectfully moving forward." By staying composed and solution-oriented, you demonstrate emotional intelligence, a trait that earns deep respect over time. Scenario 2. Strengthening strained personal relationships. When personal relationships become strained, rebuilding trust requires patience and persistence. Here's how to navigate these challenges. 1. Acknowledge past mistakes. If you've wronged someone, apologize sincerely without excuses. A heartfelt apology can open doors to healing. 2. Rebuild incrementally. Start small by showing consistent kindness and reliability. Over time, these efforts will restore their faith in you. 3. Practice forgiveness. If the other person has hurt you, consider forgiving them, not for their sake, but for yours. Holding on to resentment only damages your peace of mind. A real-life example comes from Nelson Mandela, who famously forgave his oppressors after decades of imprisonment. He once said, "Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies." By choosing forgiveness and reconciliation, he earned global admiration and respect. 6. Turning respect into influence. Becoming a leader without authority. Earning respect doesn't just stop at personal interactions, it can also position you as a leader, even if you don't hold formal authority. Leadership isn't about titles, it's about inspiring others to follow your example. Here's how to leverage respect to influence those around you. 1. Lead by example. Demonstrate the behaviors you want others to emulate. Whether it's punctuality, integrity, or kindness, your actions speak louder than words. 2. Empower others. Help people succeed by offering guidance, resources, or encouragement. As John C. Maxwell said, "People will forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel." 3. Communicate vision clearly. Share your goals and inspire others to join you. When people believe in your vision, they naturally gravitate towards supporting you. For instance, Malala Yousafzai became a global leader not because of her age or background, but because she inspired millions through her courage and unwavering commitment to education. Her ability to command respect stems from her authenticity and passion. 7. Creating a personal action plan for long-term success. To ensure you sustain respect over time, it's helpful to create a structured plan. Below is a step-by-step framework you can use to integrate everything you've learned. Step 1. Define your core values. Reflect on what matters most to you: integrity, empathy, accountability, and commit to living by these principles daily. Write them down and revisit them regularly to stay aligned. Step 2. Set relationship goals. Identify key relationships in your life, professional, personal, social, and determine how you'd like to strengthen them. For example, improve communication with your partner. Build stronger rapport with your team at work. Expand your network by attending one networking event per month. Step 3. Implement daily practices. Incorporate small habits that reinforce respect. Smile warmly when greeting others. Listen actively during conversations. Follow through on commitments consistently. Step 4. Monitor progress weekly. At the end of each week, evaluate how well you've adhered to your values and goals. Celebrate successes and identify areas for improvement. Step 5. Seek feedback regularly. Ask trusted friends, family members, or colleagues for feedback on how you're perceived. Constructive input helps you refine your approach. 8. Real-life inspiration, the legacy of respect. Consider the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi, whose philosophy of nonviolence and respect transformed an entire nation. Despite facing immense adversity, he remained steadfast in his principles, earning worldwide admiration. He famously stated, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Gandhi's story reminds us that respect isn't merely about commanding authority, it's about serving others with humility and grace. By embodying these qualities, you leave behind a legacy that inspires future generations. Audiobook conclusion: Your journey to respect and beyond. Throughout this audiobook, we've explored the transformative power of the 3-second rule and its profound impact on earning respect in every area of life. Let's recap the key takeaways. 1. The science of first impressions. Within 3 seconds, people form lasting impressions based on your eye contact, smile, posture, and tone of voice. Mastering these elements is essential for commanding respect instantly. 2. Confidence in action. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's a skill you can cultivate. By practicing techniques like steady eye contact, warm smiles, and strong posture, you project authenticity and authority effortlessly. 3. Real-life applications. From professional settings to social interactions and personal relationships, the 3-second rule adapts seamlessly to any scenario, helping you connect deeply and meaningfully with others. 4. Sustaining respect over time. Earning long-term admiration requires consistency, active listening, emotional intelligence, and the ability to handle criticism gracefully. These advanced strategies solidify your reputation as someone worthy of trust and respect. These lessons aren't just theoretical, they're practical tools designed to empower you to step into every situation with confidence and purpose. Now that you've learned these powerful principles, it's time to put them into action. Remember, knowledge alone won't change your life. Action will. Start small, focus on one technique at a time, whether it's making better eye contact, smiling more genuinely, or listening actively. Over time, these incremental changes will compound, leading to remarkable results. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with persistence and dedication, you'll notice a shift, not only in how others perceive you but also in how you see yourself. As you embrace these practices, you'll find that respect isn't something you demand, it's something you earn by showing up authentically and consistently. I want to leave you with this thought: you have the power to shape how the world sees you, and how you see yourself. Every interaction is an opportunity to grow, connect, and inspire. Don't let fear or self-doubt hold you back. Step boldly into each moment, knowing you have the tools to succeed. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the 3-second rule to make anyone respect you, social psychology tricks. It has been an honor to share these insights with you, and I hope they bring value to your personal and professional life. If you found this audiobook helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, experiences, or even success stories in the comments section below. Your feedback means the world to us and helps us create more content that resonates with you. And if you enjoyed this audiobook, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to Wisdom Audiobooks for more inspiring and educational content. Together, let's build a community dedicated to growth, wisdom, and transformation. Finally, remember this: your journey doesn't end here, it begins now. Take what you've learned and apply it courageously. The world is waiting for the best version of you. Until next time, stay wise, stay confident, and keep shining brightly.